Welcome to the Larkin Podcast, episode 33 now. Oh my god, what is happening? This is just flying by now, seriously. I'm drinking Prosecco. My name's Joel. My co-host is Sean. All
Hello.
the good stuff. What are you drinking, Sean?
I'm still sober. I'm still drinking tea.
Oh, of course you are. Of course you are.
Yeah, and it's now getting bad because as Joel saw, I've bought a thing from T2 and bought tea leaves, and I've started reading books, writing poetry. But me being sober is weird. It's I'm starting remembering certain facts. I don't like it. I'm becoming smart. I'm becoming intelligent.
A new breed.
I don't like this.
This is
I'm
your
not
final
gonna-
form.
This is my final form. Yeah,
That's so
it's
good.
not gonna last. It's gonna end soon.
Yeah, you kept saying you're missing actually drinking.
I am.
Especially for like these podcasts, like the whole point of it is like, oh, let's have a
Yeah.
drink. But I guess that's the base.
I don't mind having the odd cup of tea on the podcast and everything else. I don't mind that and everything else. But I do generally. There's certain periods in life where it's like, maybe having. We said last podcast. It feels wrong not to have a drink. It's like tomorrow's going to be difficult. Tomorrow's my mum's birthday, and we're going to a restaurant called Harry's Bar,
Nice.
and they have really, really good beer.
Yeah.
And it's a really good way to they chill the glass properly. So the glass comes. It's basically outside. So it's got ice on it. It's that cold and everything else. It's like
Some proper cocktails.
yeah. And they do.
Yeah.
You can ask if you any cocktail you want. Go there. They'll go ask it. They'll make it. They'll make it in front of you. It's properly done. It's a proper thing.
Oh, that's really nice. Actually,
Yeah.
I respect bars that do that because some places go, you say a cocktail, and I've had this before where a bar doesn't know what it is, and you just explain it, and they're like, oh yeah, I can understand how that would taste good, and they just can do the right like variant of it.
No, most
That's
of them, these are proper. These are proper barmen. I'll generally advise anyone listening if you're taking someone out for a date, when I mean a business meeting.
Oh yeah, we're not allowed to meet up in Sherkin now, are we? Is that what Boris Johnson said? You can't meet up with like people again because he was like, oh, you can meet up with people like one at a time to like have sex with, right? And now he's like taken that away if you're in tier 2. Is that a thing, or have I
No more sex.
misconstrued the law?
No
Yeah,
sex.
I'm sure he was like, no, can't do it
stop
anymore.
making more mouths to feed. All right.
That's so-
Stop helping Rashford and his point.
Yeah. Damn school meals, we can't afford them anyway. Jesus Christ! Oh, that was a huge kickoff this week, wasn't it? I haven't
Yeah.
even.
I mean, what?
Oh my god!
I mean, the thing is this: £66 billion gets spent on the welfare centre, which is third of the UK's yearly budget.
Okay, what's the welfare centre? Sorry, I might sound really dumb.
Welfare. It's people who are, I'm best way to say, below the breadline. They need, a little. If you haven't got a job and you're
well,
struggling, yeah,
to help people.
yeah, to
survive.
help people
Okay.
and everything else. So some people have it because they're disabled. Some people have it because they're poor. Or there's multiple reasons why you could be on it. You could lose your job and you need basic job seeking allowance, which unfortunately that's part of the welfare system.
Okay, yeah. So sorry, all the benefits, all money given out to
Yeah,
people,
it's
is
benefit
66
system.
billion a year.
Yeah,
Got ya.
and within that, the kids who are under that are still going hungry. It's like, well, that's. So my answer is okay. That if the parents can't feed them, just take the money out of that and put it towards the thing because they're not feeding them out. Just take that because they're clearly not responsible for it.
Yeah, I get it because I saw a lot of people being like, oh look, the parents are getting the money. They shouldn't get, people shouldn't.
Well, in
get
theory,
more money for food, but a kid should never go hungry because they've got an irresponsible parent, right? That money should be taken.
The only way you get solved. People with disabilities and everything else, it's a very different scenario, and I'm definitely not qualified to talk about it. But we're not really qualified.
But
for
we
poverty
can.
thing, really.
But we can.
We
because
can. We
'cause
can.
It's our podcast. We can say what the hell we want.
Ladies
We
and
don't need to be qualified.
ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be one of these podcasts. Strap in. Get ready to be offended.
I've started drinking again. This is horrible.
Please. And
This is a downturn
please
already.
put your angry I want to see your angry comments. I want to see your anger aimed at us.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, no. I personally feel like if you're gonna tackle the poverty line and everything else, it's no point targeting the parent as much. I mean, not all parents are to blame for it. Everything else, some of them work very incredibly hard and everything else, but you can't.
Oh yeah, I'm sure most I'd say the majority of parents do well by their children.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm generally saying that aim for the kids, give the kids as much of an opportunity, do that and everything else. Sometimes due to no fault of the parent, they're just stuck in that scenario. They could be a very good parent, they could do everything they can, and they just struggle. On the other hand, there is people in the world, unfortunately, who are under the red line, who do, I got my paycheck from the government, I'm going to get some Botox. But mummy, I need to eat. Shut up. I doubt that is actually the case, but I'm not saying everyone's like that. I'm saying you can't deny that doesn't happen, because it definitely must do.
Yeah.
And I'm generally for that. Just do everything you can to help the kid out.
Yeah.
Giving school dinners, giving as much opportunity as you can to give him an education, give him the opportunity to see this more outside of what he's experiencing and everything else. Give him the hunger to strive for it, and they will generally succeed.
Yeah, it's giving kids futures, right? Because otherwise, I mean, the more that you could help another generation out, the more, like the younger generation, the more prosperous your future should be. And I mean, that's what Japan did, right? After World War II, they put everything. They were like bankrupt, and they put everything they had into the next generation. Everything. Yeah. And now they're the
same to Germany.
The world.
Same with Germany.
Yeah, same with Germany. Sorry.
Germany.
Exactly
the rebuild with Japan and Germany was very much about industry and education, all for the next generation. It's about laying the foundation for the next generation. So
it worked phenomenally well. But even to an extent, there's definitely been downsides, like extremely elderly population in Japan, where they now value jobs over relationships. The work ethic goes a bit weird.
Japan are very much like pandas. They just don't want to have sex anymore.
It's the whole thing out there.
It's just strange. It's just they're not getting married. They're not making babies. It's just really and. I mean, we've spoken.
It's when the guy gets to the girl and he's like, "Where are the tentacles?" And they just don't have a clue how to do it from that point.
and he eats his egg goes, "Well, I'm just disappointed."
Yeah.
I was
expecting him to transform from some woodland animal, and there'll be tentacles everywhere.
It's a very different culture and everything else. But the thing that I find that it's very hard to get my head around is the fact that there was a whole wedding center in Japan was going bankrupt. So to solve their answers, they was like, I know people, gentlemen and women buy sim dating games and everything else. To fill the void because I don't have time and everything else to meet up people and work and everything else, and you could quickly do that on a train or whatever it is. So they do that dating sim. So they set up a whole section of the wedding facility to so you can marry your this fake dating person, and it was a huge hit. They were being bankrupt to one of the richest things in Japan, wedding things in Japan, and the whole building The whole building is now dedicated to. Originally, it was just one part of the building. Now the whole building doesn't do like. I don't want to say normal, but I mean person to person marriages. It's all person to a character on a DS marriage.
So they're not marrying.
They're not marrying a human being. They're not marrying a human being. They're marrying characters that someone wrote down, programmed, and created on a DS game.
Amazing.
And they're marrying those characters. And
I fully respect that.
And this wedding procession was like one of the biggest in Japan. It was going bankrupt, and within like I think 2 years,
that is amazing.
It just turned around. It was like, oh yeah, we only do this now.
That is so good.
This is where the money is. It's like I think Japan. I think you might. I mean, do what you want, man. But when your population's literally declining because of this, you might need to.
That's so funny. Why have I not heard of this? Because in America, there's I married my car and I have sex in the exhaust pipe or whatever, and then everyone like berates this person like, he's a weirdo. In Japan, this is just the normal thing that everyone does.
I don't know how normal it is, but it's definitely a thing that happens. People seem to be more popular. Like it clearly is popular. It's definitely more accepted. Like, okay, it's like, so what are you doing this weekend? I'm marrying my DS character. Oh, sweet. What are you doing? I'm thinking about proposing to my DS character.
This is phenomenal. I love this.
Saying that, have you ever seen a real life waifu battle? And do you know what a waifu is?
I know what a waifu is. So a
Right.
waifu is like your best girl in an anime, correct?
Yeah.
Like, that's the girl that you would like to marry in an anime.
Yeah, I have seen a real life proper waifu bill where two people have disagreed. And bear in mind, these are, I mean, I get some, they're all drawn provocatively and everything else. I mean, some of them are.
To a point, yeah, it depends which anime.
This one was when actually, I mean, as I went to fisticuffs, it went closest to as fisticuffs as these two people could achieve. It was more just slapping each other in the face. But I mean, it was like, they were full like, how dare you say this? It's like, dude, the made up characters who are voiced by people. I mean, I think you need to chill. It's like, don't you tell me to chill. This is important. I was like, I don't think it is.
That's amazing.
I think
when you said a waifu battle, I was thinking like two different characters in an anime fought to be like, I am the best waifu, like a very meta anime.
No. Two grown adults fighting and arguing over cartoon characters.
That's so much better than I could ever imagine.
The peak of human evolution, people.
This is it. That's the peak. We can't go any better than this. Can we save the environment? Nah, but there's waifu battles.
The environment, all these big questions, but the real question is my waifu better than your waifu?
That's so good.
But the other thing as well, sticking to anime, the other thing as well, that because the baby thing is such a big problem in Japan, a whole genre of animes open up, which is basically like making babies seem like a good idea. So there's whole animes where babies are just inverted cute, and just the whole purpose of the anime is like, yes, you want a baby.
That's
the whole point of
the
anime is like, babies are good, babies are life.
See, I fully can see why they would make that. That sounds like such a great idea.
But
I bet that will work.
It's so weird going through. It's so weird going through and like going over the chest. And like, you should really watch this thing. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. It's just like this guy with like 12 babies walking around him. Like, what the hell am I watching? What is this?
So
this is not for me. Get out of here. I don't get.
I'm not sure if I've brought this up on the podcast before, but did you know there's a whole Pornhub section of people dressing up as pandas, and they show this to pandas in zoos.
I think you might have said it, but oh my god,
did I say this before? I can't remember if I told this to you or someone else.
What's wrong with people though?
So apparently it can help the pandas have sex because they're just too lazy and they don't really know how to do it. So they watch videos of people having sex in panda costumes and they're like, oh, that's how we do it. Yeah. And apparently that's what they play in cages.
I find it really funny that in recent years, in the last 2 years as well, most environmentalists now have literally gone to the point like, mate, why are we helping the pandas stay alive? They want to die out. They don't want to have sex. Their digestive system and teeth and everything about them is designed for meat, and they just be like, I'm gonna eat bamboo.
Yeah.
Why? You're not getting your nutrients. They're missing that. There's a certain nutrients, vitamin that begins with T, that they actually actively need to be active and social and everything. It's the whole reason why they're lazy people that fart like 6 times a day, literally violent diarrhea and everything else, and so lazy and stupid. It's because they're eating the wrong goddamn food. It's like, seriously, stop eating bamboo. Eat some meat. You're meant to be. You're literally designed to eat meat. You're called You are a bear. Everything about your skull, your teeth, your digestive system suggests that you're meant to be eating meat.
That's so good.
It's...
there was when I went to Germany, Germany's very famous for having their pandas. Their Berlin Zoo.
Yeah.
Because it's a very famous zoo. I saw them out there, they feed them pretzels that have like a bunch of stuff injected in them. Because that's the only way they get like this stuff in them. Because they're like, oh, here's some bamboo and here's your pretzel. And the panda like freaking loves the pretzel. But it's got, like all the vitamins it ever needs like shoved in that. Yeah. They just has to eat something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... Yeah, and it's like, we come to the point now, it's like, look, it's 5 minutes is literally going like, okay, this is literally evolution. It's not us being, this is not an animal going extinct because we're hunting it to death and everything else. This is
dying by its own cause.
This is literally a definition of a whole species going, I guess I just die.
I'm kind of done now. God was like, alright, just let them die out in like 2015, and humans are like, nah, they're cute though. Like, imagine if this was like some random like dung beetle. Like no one would give a damn. Oh, no. The dung beetles aren't having sex anymore. We're like, oh, okay, let them die. Because it's slightly fluffy. We're like, yeah, cuddle it.
Yeah, but they're so cute and funny and everything else.
They are cute and funny. I do love it. There was one the other day. I saw this freeze frame with this a woman like trying to pick up a panda, like a zookeeper trying to pick one up, and there's two pandas
Yeah,
holding onto the baby
I've literally seen the one that
legs.
you're there. They're like, no.
Yeah, they're like, no. And it's like when the security guard tries to throw out your friend after he's got too drunk in the club, and it's like, no, keep him here. Such a good caption.
Saying that
I love
it's all the same things, same arguments happening with puffins as well. I found out recently. Puffins are naturally going extinct, apparently.
Are they? Because there's only one or a couple of places in the UK that you can see puffins, right?
Well, it's because the gannet, which is a bigger bird, hunt the same things and everything else, and generally, you know, they're bigger and they're better at it, so they're outperforming the puffins. So the puffins going like, oh well, no, I guess I'm gonna die. It's literally a different. It's not like the panda. It's not like they're going like, well, I just give up. It's more like going like, dude, that's my fucking fish. What are you doing? I need to eat.
Why? Yeah.
You're literally eating like a gannet.
That's so funny. Oh, I love that.
But,
mate, the animal kingdom, man.
But, yeah.
I'd love to be able to save them all, but hey, clearly some aren't meant to live.
Yeah, but save the puffin. I like the puffin.
I love the puffins. Scarborough Island, phenomenal. You can drive down there and go see the puffins.
I think they are doing things to save the puffin and everything else to help the puffin out. But I don't think I don't think it's basically, I think it's a slow losing battle. It's like,
yeah,
probably. I mean, I don't know.
Because what can you do? I guess if a bird's outperforming it for food,
well,
how can you save it?
Well, you could shoot the gannets, which is kind of what they did at one spot. They were like, "There's too many gannets here. We just shoot the gannets. If we kill the gannets,
that's so funny.
So,
kill off a different species so we get the one we like more.
Well, in a certain area. The thing
that's great.
The thing is that the UK's wildlife environment is just fucked. The UK is literally the definition of what humans can. How bad can humans fuck up the ecosystem? The UK is the answer. I mean, the top predator currently in the UK is a fox. It's literally the most laziest, most opportunistic hunter. It literally is like, I can get a nice fresh rabbit. There's a lot of rabbits. There's too many rabbits. But someone just threw some chips on the floor, so I'm gonna eat that instead.
Yeah, I don't have to chase the chips.
Yeah, I don't have to chase it. And I get it from a standpoint. It's getting its reward with no effort. So I understand why it's doing it from nature point of view. The problem is that we've got a lot of rabbits.
I freaking love so many rabbits.
Oh no, and it's great because they're cute.
The forest, there's like a billion rabbits.
They're cute and everything else, but we've got no. Bear in mind that the biggest herbivore is deer, the red stag, the red deer, and everything else. We've got nothing in this country to hunt it. We did have wolves and eagle owls and all these big fucking off like animals things, and basically human was like, nah, they're
too big.
they're too big. We just get rid of them.
Yeah.
But the thing is now it's got to the point now we can't actually introduce them in certain. I don't think we would be able to. I think you might be able to introduce wolves or maybe beavers into Scotland, but you won't be able to introduce it into England.
Yeah, I mean, like we introduced like the grey squirrel, and that went really well, didn't it?
Well, the grey squirrel is
like,
not a native species. The thing I hate as well is that people argue that but it's evolution, it's natural. No, we literally picked up an animal across the Atlantic Ocean, brought it back here, and went, that's natural, isn't it? It's like no.
No. Red squirrel was like, why? But why?
What the hell? You helped the puffin, but not me? What the hell?
Yeah, oh mate. Well, I mean, I like how you're like the UK is so bad, which it is. You think of like India, it's like, how many tigers are there left? Like 50, I swear. That every time the number gets lower.
There's more. The number is so weird. It's like the numbers go up. It's like every now and then, I love the tiger. It's one of my favourite animals. I try and keep a close eye on it and everything else. I think it's around about 180 currently in the wild.
Is it seriously that low?
Yeah, it's about that.
I tried to underestimate it as a joke, but I thought it was like 1,000.
I think the last time I checked, it was 180. It might have been. It was going on the up slowly. It's very, very, very small. There's more. In fact, there's more tigers in captivity in zoos and things around the world than there is in the wild.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that on Tiger King. So in the wild, there's currently an estimated 3,900 tigers.
Oh, okay. I must be looking at a certain region then.
Yeah. Must have been. I was just thinking. I was like, actually, if it's 180 left, like, we're in trouble. Like that's like game over territory there.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, go sponsor a tiger. If you guys have spare money, either drop it on our Patreon or sponsor a tiger.
I
I'm gonna
sponsor a
make
tiger.
Do you?
I sponsor a tiger and a snow leopard.
Oh, that's actually super cute. Good on you.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's-
I really like the idea about sponsoring
Why do you
penguins.
find funny? They sent me postcards like this is your snow leopard. This is how it's doing. It's like, oh great, cool. And I did it with a friend. It's like we both at the same picture of the same tiger. It's literally the same picture. It's like how clear. it's like that. This is your Pacific tiger. It's not. You just literally just got a picture of a tiger. And like, oh, I said that to everyone because
Oh,
you're
wait,
not going.
so you sponsored two different tigers, and it was the same picture.
Yeah. I sponsored one. He sponsored another. It's like it's clearly the same picture. It's like, well, yeah, they're not gonna go around and be like, okay, that's Sean's. I need to go and get him.
It makes it feel real, though, doesn't it? It's like, oh, look, this is the one I'm looking after.
Yeah.
I can see why they do it. That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
It gives you, a little extra like self.
It's just the only way you're gonna
Confidence
stop it is by killing the industry. That's the reason for people killing them.
Yeah,
That's the only way you're gonna stop it.
of course. I mean, that's what they're doing with like ivory and everything like that. Anyway.
I'm trying to anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I went on a date Wednesday. That went terrible.
Oh, excuse me, this wasn't brought up beforehand. What? Tell me all about it.
It went terrible.
Oh,
Well, this is the thing. For people who are
apologies for that.
because you can't see my face. Joel, do I not have a beard?
Yeah, you have a beard.
Right. None of my pictures on the app are me with beards.
Oh,
And I
clean
found-
shaven, Sean. Is that quite an old picture then? Because I was gonna say you
I
often have a beard.
I don't have many pictures of my. I'm not a person who takes selfies. Did you just
You are
spill that all over the floor?
No, I didn't. All right, so.
Oh, okay. No,
Afterwards.
Right. No.
But I've got a cool kit on my side that I will talk to in just a second. I'm about to make myself a White Russian, but I am listening to Sean as well. Carry on.
But yeah, so all the pictures in there, and I failed to mention that I had a beard. It honestly did not come up. So I actually approached the person, and they were like, "Oh hi," and I was like, went, "Hi, it's it's nice to meet you," and everything else. And she was like, "Oh, you got a beard? When did you start that?" I'm like, "Oh, I've had it for a while." She was like, "Why is it not on your? Why is it not on your profile or you mention it or anything?" I was like, "I just didn't think of it." She went, "But you catfished me." I was like, "No, what with a beard?"
No,
She was
this is
like-
like the first conversation you had.
Yeah, this is the first conversation in person. She was like, "But you catfished me." I was like, "Not really. It's the beard."
No.
I was like, "It's a beard. It's not like secretly I'm packing a vagina. It's not like it's." Just
Okay.
She was like, "Yeah, but you should have told me." I was like, "Sorry, sorry, I have hair on my face. I mean, what that sounded really satisfying. That look as well.
That is delicious.
But yeah,
Oh my
it
God,
went,
that White Russian.
and from there it just went downhill. It was not good.
It just started on the wrong foot and you just couldn't pull it back.
I mean, I tried to play off as a joke. It's like, well, it's. So I take it you're not a beard person. Guess it's got to go. She was like, well, you should have told me in the first place. I would have told you then. I was like, I wouldn't. She basically said, well, if you told me in the first place, I wouldn't have met you. I was like, well, clearly, lying is the best thing then. And she was like, no, lying's never a good thing. I was like, it was a joke. I was like, okay, I'm saying all the wrong things now.
Wow.
It just went downhill.
Mate.
So
Yeah,
we didn't even make it to because we was meant to go and get a takeaway, eat, and eat under like a heat thing and
Sick.
everything else and stuff like that. We didn't even get to the thing. She was like, "I'm gonna go home." I was like, "Oh, okay, bye."
Oh my God! Wow,
All be-
that is
all because-
that's such an overreaction.
All because of a beard.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if she really
It's
doesn't
not
like
that
it,
bad, is it?
sure.
I mean, I look like
No,
Johnny
you look
Depp.
fine. It's quite thin at the moment. You've had
Yeah.
it much worse. It looks fine. It's well groomed.
Yeah, and I look like Captain Jack.
Yeah, maybe that's not the vibe she's going for. Like, I mean,
Who doesn't like
you know,
Captain Jack? Who doesn't
domestic
think Captain Jack's
abusers-
sexy?
domestic abusers aren't always sexy.
Well, is he actually been found innocent, or is it still
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
no, I
like
think he actually
we
was
don't
proven
know?
innocent.
Is it?
I
more
think he was proven innocent in court, I believe.
Huh?
So yeah, I think he was proven innocent in court, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think because his wife got done for it or something, right? Or his ex-wife, whatever it is.
to read
I don't
that,
know. We're getting into some weird, like
is Johnny
weird storyline.
is Johnny
Yeah, I can Google it really quick if you want.
Yeah, it's better off married. As it says, British married Native American, and the first three things that came up. I mean, he's
I wrote, is Johnny Depp, and the first thing that came up is career over. A domestic abuser. Should I say that? I don't know if that's going to come up with anything.
Is he innocent? I'll say, because it's getting.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. So she is the abuser. Says this. Amber Heard is accused. These are all old articles. I don't know. It just says denies. It doesn't say proven yet on this article that I'm reading right now. He denies 14 cases of domestic violence, but the court case was there. This was released in July, so again a little bit out of date, but he wasn't proven innocent in July. I don't know if it's still going now.
Yeah, because I know that he was a lot of the evidence kind of weighed quite heavily in his favour. I remember reading and everything else. Like the story kept changing, and she brought in a new witness in the middle of a court in the middle of a court case. She was like, "Oh yeah, and this person was there," and I'm like, You can't just bring someone up randomly now.
I didn't announce it. Yeah.
That's not how the system works. You had your time to say this, and you was like, "Oh no, I won't mention it. I'll mention it until I'm in the courtroom."
Can you say, "Oh, this is a brand new witness"? Like, can you say, "Oh, the new evidence has come to light"?
No.
How does it work? I don't know.
No, because
surely if someone goes, "Oh yeah, I witnessed that murder. I just hadn't heard of this case," you could bring someone in and be like,
"Well, no, it depends. If you're a witness and everything else." If you're brought in a witness or you gave a statement, I reckon that the police would generally rigor you to get every single bit of information that you know for a fact that they can get your hands on.
Yeah.
So
that sounds about right.
And then that is what they'll use that in your court case. So if you suddenly go against it, it's like, well, hang on a minute. Either the police either the police are tangled with it, or you've suddenly changed your story, and one of these things is wrong. So we can't now do our. It's basically the courtroom goes like, well, we can't now do our job. We can't trust this. We can't now trust your statement, and we also cannot trust the words coming out your mouth. So what the hell's going on? You now need to prove that we can trust you, and that what you're saying is factual.
Fair.
Because it's kind of true. You can't be like, oh, the story was this. Actually, I think it might be this. It's like, well, we're trying to find out if someone's guilty or not. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we said before, someone's lying.
I'm sorry to hear that the date went poorly, though. I look back onto that. That sounds terrible. And it sounds like a bit of an overreaction, but again, that's, I guess.
Yeah, it was truly funny. Yeah. I was like, it was like, oh, okay.
It's a great story.
She's like, you got a beard? It's like, yes. You have eyes. It's like, what do you want? It's like, yes.
Yeah. It sounds almost like a joke. Like you'd expect that one. Which is funny. You talk to people, I feel like, with a good sense of humour. Your humour's quite strong and would come through on text, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So for that sort of person to even you consider going on a date with, it must be so different.
We vibed a lot. We vibed quite heavily. Though we had a lot in common, and the joke thing and everything else. She's like, she was like, but you catfished me. I was like, I don't, not really. I mean, it's a beard. It's not like, you know.
Wow.
It's not a secret.
How long were you talking for, if you don't mind me asking?
About a month.
No. Talking for about a month. Yeah. And then she sees you in person and is like, nah.
I'm done. she sees the beard, goes like, I don't like beards. I'm done. It's like, what's wrong? What?
I was thinking like a week max. Jesus.
What I'm going to say, she must hate Christmas.
Santa gives her nightmares.
She's just there, like rocking, going like, "Sit Nick."
Oh, Movember is a nightmare.
Nick.
You should have just said, "I'm going to shave it off for Movember." Oh, see, that would have been so good.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I've got a beard.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna shave it off. If I'm gonna shave it off, I want to shave it off for me, not because I want pussy.
True.
I mean, it's a good reason to shave a beard, but I mean, it's not the right reason.
Yeah, I'm growing mine back again because I did clean shaving all like 2 and 3 weeks ago, or whatever. It just takes ages, so I'm a little 5 o'clock shadow right now, but after 3 weeks.
Yours. You put so much effort into yours during lockdown, and you shaved it off. I was like, okay, and then you're like, I'm gonna start again. It's like, well, it's December.
Yeah, my beard actually looked sick after a while, didn't it?
It took you a while to grow it out, but it did look pretty good.
It took me like 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I don't know. I just at one point I was like, oh, if I clean shave, I'll feel like back in control or something. I just wanted, like, oh, I'm gonna feel good about my face and like cleanse. And then I was like, oh, I miss my beard immediately.
It's a strange thing. I mean, it's weird. So I am, before the date, I was thinking, oh, I might shave the beard. I might not shave the beard. I might shave the beard. After the day, I was like, I'm keeping the fucking beard. It's not a question now. I'm keeping, I'm keeping the beard out of protest.
That's so good. Anyway, wait, should I say about
Take that, Christina.
Take that, Christina. What?
Keep the name. We get keep that name in. Not beeping it out.
Fun. Okay, that's fair with me. Yeah, whole name. Again, if I ever date someone called Christina, I apologise in advance.
Once upon a time, not long ago, she was a hoe.
Such a sick song. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out right now. So this week, I got paid because I did one of my jobs, and it wasn't much money, but I decided that I was going to buy a bunch of trash because Amazon Black Friday sales came on, and I can't help myself.
You're the worst person.
Bloody terrible.
You are definitely one of the worst people. You literally got a paycheck. You're like, should I invest and save this to my bank account? Or no. Let's go on Amazon and see what I can get. It's
literally almost all gone. The paycheck that I bought, I got on like last Friday. All right, I bought 4 things.
Right, let's see these 4 things. Let's see these 4 things, and I'll rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being trash, 10 being awesome.
I can get you
of how good and how bad. So 10 will be it's a cool thing.
Okay.
Number 1 is like, Joel, you got a problem. You need.
Okay. Right, fair. All right, wait. Right, you let me get them all put out in front of me. So give me like 1 second, all right? So I've got all the bits ready for you now.
Boom.
Which one? All right. The bit that I've already got laid out, kind of. I'll show you that first.
Go.
So on my sideboard right now, I have a little bar. So I've always had my tumblers, but I got a 10-piece cocktail set. So I got my cocktail shaker. I've now got pourers. And what I dropped on the floor a minute ago is the pourers for like the bottles. So like you put it in the top of the bottle and it pours it out in like a shot or 2 shot measurements. Strainers for the ice. I've also got like the twisty ball. And I want to make cocktails. And I've got an ice machine so I can make myself cocktails for when people come over. A nice little thing. And it costs like £10.50. It was on sale. Pretty sick. I can show you the rest of it.
I'll actually give that a 10. To be fair, that's pretty. That's a pretty fine. That's a fun thing and everything else. You know, you like cocktails because your balls haven't dropped.
Like an ice tongue. Look at that. So yeah, a bunch of good little bits. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 10. All right. I'll take that.
That's a 10. That's a 10. I feel like it's gonna go downhill from here though.
So next one. I'm gonna show the most expensive one.
Okay.
And this is something for my computer because obviously I'm doing a lot of editing. I'm making my own videos at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a lot of other stuff. So I bought myself a brand new hard drive, which is 4 terabytes in size. It's enormous.
That is pretty big. 4 terabytes is a lot of memory.
A lot of memory. So I've used 1 terabyte and I've got myself an SSD as well to boot up my computer faster, and then I have basically unlimited storage.
So you've updated your. It doesn't look impressive, but I'm guessing you use your computer far more than I do mine. So
you do an awful lot, and it basically gives me unlimited storage. I don't need any more than 4 terabytes, and I can use all the games I want. So less interesting, but very useful for me.
Have you seen the company that makes cyberpunk like computers for
2077?
Like, yeah, 2077. Yeah, that $2,000. I was like, oh, they're pretty good. I need a computer. That's just $2,000. That's a bit. Ooh, that's a.
Mm-hmm.
I could play Cyberpunk
too
on
much.
it. I could play Cyberpunk in it, but $2,000 is way too much money.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so now the last 2, and these are the 2 probably most outrageous, by the way. One I think you've already seen, as I posted about it on my Instagram story.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you it right now. I bought a Pusheen calendar.
Yeah. Why?
This is Pusheen, if anyone doesn't know, is the fat cat that Facebook made, I think. And there is a bunch of images of a cat in a box and a cat eating a cookie. And I love Pusheen. I loved it ironically at first.
But no, you actually do like it.
I loved it.
Okay, the question is this. Did you see the calendar and was like, yes, I need this in my life? Or was it just like, funny? I could buy it. Actually, I've got the
Yeah.
money. I can buy it. Or was it just like I see it. I want it. Give it.
So, all right. The funny thing is, all right. So I went to Amazon Prime sales, and I was like,
It was
"Is
on
there sales online?"
how much?
And I was,
How much was it in sale? Like, was it like 25% off, or
it was almost 50% off. It was like 40% off, I think.
was that the reason that made you guys like it's half price? It's almost half price.
I didn't even. This didn't pop up to me. I actually searched that. I wanna let people know that I actually searched for this. This wasn't a
Okay.
recommended purchase. It was
Because I thought it was a recommended purchase. Like you like
Yeah.
this, you may also like this.
Nah,
Because
I actually
sometimes those things
searched.
are so random. It's like you like this. Do you want this? It's like no, I don't want a chocolate shoe. Why would I want a chocolate shoe?
Yeah. No, I actually typed that in of Pusheen calendar, and I saw it 40% off, and I was like, I've got to cop that. That sounds fantastic.
Like, how much? Come on, how much for the calendar?
How much for the calendar? All right, I'll tell you, £7. That's a bargain. That's a bargain. A calendar usually costs 15 quid anyway, so it was like, oh yeah, sick.
I'll
It was
give you a
£4 calendar.
I'll give you a 4.5 for it.
Okay, it makes me happy. I like looking at it, and I'm like, wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, what a cute little machine. I want to start 2021 now. You know,
I mean, who doesn't?
Up on
Who,
2021.
and the whole world was to start 2021 now. The whole world's like,
Exactly.
mate, can we have New Year's Eve early?
Yeah.
Screw
Skip the
Christmas.
next 2
This
weeks.
is just
2 months.
yeah. Who
Just end
cares about November? Who
exactly.
really likes November? What happens
Who
in
cares?
November? Okay, we fire a few fireworks, we burn a few things in the UK,
You can't even do that.
and we can't even know. What's the say?
So who cares?
Just skip. Just go to
Edit.
December.
Skip it. If I was Click, have you ever seen Click? I just
Fast forward.
I just fast forward. Yeah, like get me out of here. All right, the last one. I've got something that I feel like you would respect normally if someone else purchased it, but you know it's me, and you know I'm not going to do it. So I've bought myself a paint by numbers.
Why?
Where it comes with paint.
What? I like you had to like establish that on the podcast. It's like I brought paint by numbers. He has no paint though. That would be more funny. The fact that you was like,
It would.
I've got to paint my numbers, but it's just an empty box.
Look how big this thing is.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's a giant piece of canvas, and I don't think you can see what it is yet, because obviously I haven't.
No, is it? I think there's a flower. Is there flowers and things?
I'm going to show you exactly what it is. This is the final product.
It's a T-Rex.
It's a colourful T-Rex.
I reckon instead of playing video games on your Twitch stream, you should just set this up and do it.
Oh, that's actually sick. That's actually so funny.
And if you do that, this will go from like a 3 to like a full-on 8.
Okay, actually, that's totally fair. I will
Because that's
Twitch stream.
legit funny. Because I would tune in, just so you know. I would definitely tune in. I'd be like, yo, boom.
Hey, what's going on? I just read that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm
There
doing. That's
with
actually
Queen
really
Bee.
funny.
Or an
Yeah, Queen Beach, you're back. Have my liver toast buddy.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, mate, actually,
They're
that's
not-
such a sick idea. Content
boom.
for Twitch.
See?
And there you go. Those are my 4 dumb purchases.
They're not as dumb as you have done in the past. Like the best one was like
True.
the worst one. Literally was like, so I was on the internet and I saw this reverse rucksack and I brought it and look at it and I was like, why? What's the point? It's like, yeah, but what's the point? It was like, yeah, but I could put everything in this bag and it's in front of me. It's like, yeah, or you could just have a rucksack and just be like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, why is this? It's like, yeah, but it looks.
You didn't like the chest bag.
No one likes a chest bag. You showed
No,
it.
that's fair.
You showed it to my sister, who's a fashion student. And she took one look at it and went, "We need to talk." That was an actual word. It's like, Joel, we need to talk about that. That's
I think that's fair.
It's
Anyway, the full purchases of the apocalypse.
yeah.
I think of
Also, I just realised that how great this segment that's how great of a segment that was for an audio podcast.
Yeah.
It was just you going like,
phenomenal.
so I got this. It was like, what's this? What does this?
Yeah.
Okay.
If anyone yeah, I don't know.
I
We
think
should go to video.
We might need to put a picture. I think we actually might need to put a picture up it on in the title thing or at some point. So, no. Use your imagination.
Yeah. Imagine a T-Rex, a brightly coloured T-Rex of multiple colours. All just me, or just join into my Twitch at Joel3rd, twitch.tv/Joel3rd.
Or if you don't have that, but you do have access to LSD, do some LSD and just watch Walking with Dinosaurs.
Oh, such a sick show. And it'll probably be on my YouTube as well, so just check that out. And I link everything now. I'm trying to put everything together in one big place. I kind of promote it, my YouTube or the podcast on the YouTube and the YouTube on the podcast.
I've actually tried to start watching right from the beginning. I think it's not Walking with Beasts. Is it Walking with Beasts? No, it's after. What's the one? I tried to start like right from the beginning and everything else, like right from the basically the beginning of time. And they did the dinosaurs and everything else. They're not on any goddamn streaming service. Now, what's wrong with the world? This is the best thing.
Really?
No.
Are they not on BBC iPlayer? They were BBC, weren't they?
No, there's not on BBC iPlayer. You could buy it on DVD. I'm like, I don't want to buy. I don't. What's the point of me buying on DVD? I just want to watch it again.
That's so sad.
I mean, I think you could probably buy it on Amazon Prime to watch it on Amazon Prime. But I'm like, I don't really want to do that.
You can purchase it. Oh no. Netflix has Walking with Dinosaurs on their subscription service.
Yeah, but I need to start. Yeah, but I want to start from the beginning.
Which one's the other one?
It's Walking with Beasts.
I'm gonna get drunk and watch Walking with Dinosaurs.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
There's no doubt in my mind that's what I'm gonna do.
It's pretty dope. I like Walking with Dinosaurs. It's pretty dope.
Should I put? Is that the title of the podcast? Get drunk, watch Walking with Dinosaurs.
let's get drunk and watch Walking with Dinosaurs. Such a good show though.
4 products of the apocalypse. I like that one. Anyway, go on. We should wrap up. This is.
We should probably wrap up. No, I just got one question.
Go on, go.
Joel, have you ever been brushing your teeth, and at one point you've been like, "No, I've got to be careful. I might swallow my toothbrush."
No.
Because that happened to someone. Someone's had open chest surgery because they swallowed a toothbrush.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Like
they were clearly trying to deep throat it, right? Like, there's no way that you go, oh, whoops, and you just swallow your toothbrush.
Maybe he was practicing.
That dangly thing in the back of your throat.
Maybe he was practicing for daddy. He's practicing.
I'm pretty fine with that.
But it says toothbrush removed from man's stomach after he swallowed it while brushing. That is the headline.
While brushing, that's such BS. He clearly goes, "Oh yeah, I was brushing."
He's 39. The patient 39.
He was just experimenting trying to get in his toothbrush.
He was rushed to a nearby health clinic, which clearly referred him to a hospital. Why? Why would
Did it say what time it was?
I'm guessing in the morning.
Because that's so funny. Because he clearly wasn't brushing his teeth. That's such a.
It doesn't say that. It says that the patient
like
39, whose name has been withheld. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I mean, why? I would, if I accidentally swallowed my toothbrush, I wouldn't want the general public knowing it was me.
Yeah, 100%. That's excellent. That is so excellent.
The best thing is, it's like he was brushing his teeth on September the 15th when it slipped in. It slipped in. Just whoops! I just swallowed it.
That's so funny. Oh my god, I love that a lot. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I don't have any more comments on that. But that
and the most terrifying thing ever. Apparently, a man has 2 pet geese, and he takes them to the pub. I can't think of anything more frightening than a man.
I would love that.
I mean, geese are scary.
Would you not love if your mate brought a goose to the pub? Sick.
Well,
I'd be all about that. Imagine putting your pint on the table and the goose is just like.
As long as it's not on Christmas Day, it's fine. If it was on Christmas Day, you'd be like, oh man, where's Oliver Twist?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. Actually, one last thing that I'm going to bring up. League of Legends Finals is tomorrow, and I'm very excited, and hopefully I'm going to win a bet. Ooh. But I will talk about that more next week. Because I don't want to get this too much further, but wish me luck. And by the time this podcast is out, it would have actually happened. So I'm very, very excited.
What's the bet?
Huh?
What's the bet?
The person who comes last out of my friend group. Oh, because there was a point system that is decided via groups, quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals.
Well, like almost like a fantasy league, Joel.
A fantasy league of League of Legends. And
You're speaking my language.
The person who is in last has already lost, and they must buy the person whoever comes first a skin. So hopefully I am in prime position to be first. But if I guess the final wrong, there is one person who's betting against me, and they would overtake if they get it right.
Ooh.
So the fingers crossed, and it's a best of 5 tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. and I am very excited.
I don't. Yeah, it's League of Legends. I'm like, I'll nod and be like, I'm sure this all means things to you and other people.
Basically, the final is between Korea and China. Who do you reckon's going to win?
I want Korea to win.
You want Korea to win?
Yeah.
That's who I want to win as well.
I mean, it's
Go on, Korea.
China let loose the coronavirus.
Exactly. Bats and that. Who needs them? That's actually, I think
You do need to. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of stuff they eat is nice, but I mean, not everything that moves should be eaten.
It's like if the wind blows a rock hard enough, they're like, "Oh, eat it."
The thing is as well. That's not even a joke done by like some foreign person who'd come and visit China, like colonialists, Europeans, like came in there like, "Oh no, Chinese, they eat anything that moves." No, that was written by a Chinese monk who said, "We eat anything that fucking moves." They acknowledge that, man. If it moves and we can kill it, we're probably gonna eat it.
I mean, literally, we eat like snails. And we eat pigeon. Like, I mean, how much weirder can you get? Like, it's like, that slimy thing, just covering garlic and butter.
I'm guessing because the reason why the French eat snails and everything else, and that's because that's mainly in Paris. That's because of the Paris was basically under siege and there was no food. Apart from the rich people who. Fun fact, they raided the zoo and killed an elephant, and they served it to a rich person, and the rich person actually complained. I don't like this. The whole of Paris is starving and literally eating like frogs' legs and snails, like drowned in garlic to make it taste okay. And this guy gets served the only bit of meat that's actually in the city. And he goes, "Yeah, I don't like it." Go and fuck yourself.
Do elephants have a lot of fat on them?
I have no idea. I mean, you can cook and you can
I
kill.
want to discuss this in the next podcast. I'm going to discuss what animal is the best to eat and worst to eat.
Oh, surely.
Let's think about that. Let's do it next podcast. Let's do it next podcast. I'm ending it here.
Tune in next week
for animal ratings. All right, take it easy.
Vegans
Thank
not
you
welcome.
so much for listening. Vegans not welcome unless you want to know, but just not taste. They can salivate about the idea.
I mean, they must miss bacon. I don't care what they say. They must miss bacon. I know.
Corn bacon sucks so much.
Bacon, huh?
Corn bacon sucks so much.
Yeah, corn bacon sucks.
The worst. That's the worst corn you could ever eat. Honestly, that's the worst.
But bacon, actual really nice proper bacon, is so good. And every single Jewish person I know, we don't eat pork and everything else. But bacon, they're like, "No, fuck it, it's bacon." I mean, have you smelt that crap? That's
kind of
that
bacon,
shit
though.
is crap. That shit is so good, and everything else. I actually know someone who's like his dad. And after they went to the synagogue and everything else, they would take him to like the football match and everything else. On the way there, they'll stop by and get a bacon sandwich. But like, "Granddad, like, shut up! Don't tell your mum.
It's so good.
Don't tell anyone else. It's between you and me. Here, so good." It's like, to a football. It's like, what's wrong?
People love bacon.
It's
What is
so
bacon?
good.
Anyway, I'm gonna end it. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Absolute pleasure as always. And Sean, you want to sign off with anything?
No. that was anticlimactic.
Bacon good.
Bacon is good. Please give me alcohol.
That's the one. Bacon good. That's what I'm calling it. All right.
Do you think people could tell we've been bought out by the bacon companies?
Yeah, that's what we're sponsored by. Tesco bacon.
No, just bacon. Just the whole bacon. Just bacon in general.
Bacon sponsor us. All right, I'm done. Bye.